Scanning the mountains here at Phoenix International. Very picturesque racetrack in quite a different way than the tracks on the East Coast. Sagebrush, saguaro cactus. It's a different look. It's a neat part of the country.
Mike, just a few years ago, the racetrack was cactus and stuff. You know? And let me tell you what, Buddy Job and that group that owned this racetrack out here, and all the people work with them, they've done a tremendous job the last few years. As nice a racetrack as we go to, tremendous job building this place up.
Now, one lap down cars are coming onto pit road this time, and Jeff Gordon will be the race leader when we go back to the restart.
They had a great pit stop, but as Neil pointed out, a lot of these cars getting caught up in the pits here, and the people pitted at the far end down there getting an advantage on stops.
We saw that yesterday in the Southwest Tour race. We watched some of the Winston West drivers making their pit stops here. Now, here's Rusty Wallace's pit right at the start-finish line. Pit road at Phoenix is very wide, and it extends way down toward turn 1 like at most tracks, but it also extends around the corner past the 76 ball. There are about 4 or 5 pits way down there, and it does seem, Buddy, that some of the cars that pit down around the corner don't get caught up in the traffic coming out of the pit stall like Buddy Parrott talked about, and are going to be a little further up in the running order when they come back out.
The second car in that picture is Kenny Schrader. They've made the changes on that car, and he's back in the event now.
Took him 41 minutes.
Let's go down and see if we can talk to Mark Martin. Mark, this is Neil Bonnet, TNN. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hey, Neil.
I tell you what, you're back to your old tricks, just blowing them sideways out there. We've been looking over your shoulder. I know Tack's ringing some big numbers up there.
Yeah, car's working real good. I'm proud of these boys in the pits. They got me a good pit stop there, and everything's rolling along nice. But we got you got Ernie running real good, Kyle and 3 or 4 others. It's early in the race. A lot of things can happen yet.
Some of the guys were talking about a little bit of oil on tracks. It feel pretty good to you?
Track's great. We didn't need that caution before this one. There was a little bit of oil on the inside of the racetrack, but it wasn't where we were running. So it was a safety thing to get it cleaned up, but we really didn't need it that bad.
Doing a great job, Mark. We'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ken Schrader was in the garage area for 41 minutes making repairs, but he's back out.
You know, did you hear Mark Martin talking about Kyle Petty's running well? The spotters told him that's next to the fastest car on the racetrack. Keep your eye on him.
That's right.
Yeah, because a good caser, Mark Martin hasn't seen Kyle Petty since his race started, but he knows who's the next fastest car.
That's it. Let's go down to Rusty's pit. Here's Ralph.
As far as the pit stops for Rusty Wallace, the crew is not slower. The problem is, as he tries to get down pit lane, there are so many cars on the lead lap that he gets hung up in traffic as he makes his way down pit lane. Glenn?
Well, Ralph, in Earnhardt's pits, they did make another chassis adjustment, one more round of wedge out, a slight air pressure adjustment. They said the last time they did it, it did improve the car. They're hoping for the same improvement this time. Mike?
Thanks, Glenn. We're getting ready to go back to green. Well, not this time, by. Going to be a lap or so of caution here. Jimmy Spencer's team is in. And you look at that new right front tire, you can see the sticker on the tread of the tire. The Goodyear sticker, that'll come off in about a lap or 2. Get worn right off there. And, well, they found places to put decals we never thought they'd go. Upper control arm all over the place.
Happy birthday, Mom, down there. Yep. We always tell them they put the sticker tires on. That's exactly, look at the oil dry blowing up off the track. He heads back out there where they put that oil dry down the back straightaway.
And here's how they're running after 76 laps. That's Jimmy Spencer's 3rd pit stop under this caution flag. We'll update you on that and other stories when we come back to Phoenix. You're looking at the right front suspension on Jimmy Spencer's car, and things have changed a little bit there. He's made a couple of pit stops as we get 1 lap to go racing. And here is what they did.
We saw some debris flying a while ago. It was brake fluid. They've got a caliper bad. The guy right here is taking the brake line totally loose off the caliper, and it looked like he plugged it, buddy, like he took it off and left it loose and capped it.
Well, Neil, you know what'll happen there. When he puts the brakes on, the left front will lock up almost, and it'll make that car really drive bad.
And a tough break for Spencer, and as you heard Junior Johnson say, Spencer goes into the seat of the McDonald's Ford for next year, the number 27 car. Hut Strickland moves over to a brand new race team owned by Travis Carter that will get parts and rent shop space from Junior Johnson. And we'll show you a look at that brand new team a little later on today. Now, the number 12 car, Bobby Allison Racing, that Spencer drives right now, at present, has no driver and does not have a confirmed sponsor for next year. One of several teams in that situation.
Mike, we got Jeff Gordon leading the race right here. He changed 2 tires. We've been seeing everybody go with 4. This is the first time we've seen somebody try the 2-tire change. We'll have to see if it works out.
13th race that Jeff Gordon has led this year.
Well, I'm sure they're looking at track position more than anything else. If they lose a few spots from the start here, at least they're further up in the racetrack than they were when they're back in their 14th, 15th spot.
He's not going to lead for long. He drops down to the inside to shut off Mark Martin, but Martin's going to dive it in anyway in turn 3.
Yeah. 4 new tires will outrun 2 new ones anytime. They must have been going for track position like Buddy was talking about. What you got to do if you're Jeff Gordon, you got to run as hard as you've ever run for 4 or 5 laps till those other guys' tires get hot, and hope you're still right there in there with them.
You can see his car is about a half a lane higher than Mark Martin.
Trouble in one.
Andretti. That's Andretti down in 72
right.
car.
John Andretti had a top 10 here in the IndyCar race at Phoenix with the Harris Teeter car of Billy Hagan. And John will drive that car for the next few seasons. It's in the fence. Back to the flag. Martin will lead with a caution. Rusty picks up a spot. No, he doesn't on Harry Gant.
He got in that wall pretty hard. Came back down right in the racing groove.
There were a lot of cars in very close contact there when that one got started. Looks like a gremlin there, buddy.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, he made that. It was Harris Teeter before, now it's just Harris.
Boy, one of the cars right up in that loose stuff with him. And take a lick like that to play devil, getting that thing straightened back out and ready to go again.
Look at these guys, what a driving job.
Whoa,
here.
look there, Labonte, Terry Labonte got hit in the front end and rear and turned sideways going through that opening. We see Kenny Schrader right there. He's back out on the racetrack.
I bet Steve Grissom says everything that happens today is going to happen in front of me. He just barely missed that wreck then.
It has so far. Grissom in the Diamond Ridge Racing car, number 29. Fifth caution flag. Pace car led the most laps today? Not quite. We've had 20 laps of caution so far. We're
Elmo's in 14th.
Yes. Okay.
See, that does say Harris, just like I told you it did.
You're right. And there's a new logo on some of the records servicing the NASCAR races, and a new program NASCAR announced today, the NASCAR Advantage Road Service Plan. Emergency towing, jump starts, tire changes, and they promise you pit stop-like service and response. And it's available to all NASCAR race fans. And there's a lot of extra benefits as well. It's a brand new plan called the NASCAR Advantage, and they have a toll-free number to get a membership application. It's 1-800-41-NASCAR to get all the information. Pit stop-like service.
Turn this to Jimmy Spencer.
Get it? John Andretti, in 4 Winston Cup starts this season, has been involved in 3 crashes in North Wilkesboro, Rockingham, and here at Phoenix. Tough start.
Okay,
Buddy?
I'm going to try to get Jimmy Spencer on the radio. Jimmy Spencer, this is Buddy Baker, TNN.
Buddy, how you doing? We have a bad thing today. We lost a caliper in the right front. We have no brakes. We have eliminated the right front caliper, and the guys are going to try to fix it now. Feel real bad for the Meineke race team. You know, we had a good car today. Really thought we had a shot at winning this race, and now we're just going to try and get in and get the brakes fixed so we can at least have a good finish over.
Well, I hope they can fix it. It's good talking with you, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Let's correct. Spencer is 1 lap down. I believe we reported him as 2. He lost 1 lap with that minute and 30-second stop. And now he cuts to pit road to try to get repairs made. Rick Wilson and Ken Schrader are also in the pit lane. There are 30 cars on the lead lap of the 43 starters. Jeff Bodine's in the garage as a result of a crash. Dirk Stevens has lost an engine. There is the right front on Spencer's car, and it goes behind the wall to complete repairs. You know, the first time we used this suspension cam, we shouldn't say this, nobody's going to want it anymore, but the first time we used it was at Rockingham, and the only car that hit the wall all day was Mark Martin. Hit it with the right front, right where the camera was. where does Jimmy have trouble? Right where the camera is.
But this is a smart thing they're doing.
Oh,
They're
yes.
taking the car behind the wall, because here you use a lot of brakes getting in the third corner and a lot of brakes in the number 1 corner. And that thing with just one wheel brake on the front, it's almost impossible to drive.
But see, everything on these race cars is safety wired. He's got a set of cutters there cutting the wiring off. Every bolt on these race cars has got holes drilled in them, safety wire, so they got some work to do before they can remove it.
Let's go to Glenn Jarrett.
Well, I'm in Mark Martin's pits. We've been talking about how well Mark has been running, and it's somewhat of a surprise to you guys, Steve.
Yeah, we struggled all day yesterday, had a little engine trouble, and the car wasn't driving good. We really thrashed on the car, and this morning we just got together and decided to do the best we could. You know, it's been a tough weekend. We need to maintain our spot in the points. And the panel of experts here at Roush Racing, we didn't figure we were going to do very good. I guess Mark's carrying us. We've had some good pit stops, and it looks good right now, but if you'd have told me we'd run this good 2 hours ago, I'd have laughed at you.
Okay, Ralph.
The Meineke crew working on the car. Crew chief Jimmy Fennick with the new caliper in hand, ready to put it on.
So Spencer will lose some more laps on pit road, and you are there.
If you wonder how big of brakes they are on these race cars, that thing's just about the size used on small aircraft.
Yes.
I mean, these things have some gigantic rotors, calipers, the pucks that go in the brake pads. There's tremendous size, and they're metal to metal. It's a carbon metal type brake pad, and they just turn cherry red.
And they're limited by the size of the wheel. We're going to stay yellow for a lap or two here. In IMSA racing, they've gone to 17 and even 18-inch diameter wheels to get bigger brakes underneath. But in NASCAR, they run a 15-inch wheel, so you get as much as you can underneath there.
You see the width of it right there.
It's a big, thick pad that goes in there. While Spencer's crew makes repairs, we'll take this break as we're under caution at Phoenix. We'll be right back.